everybody. Good morning, good morning. It was 24 degrees and I was leaving home this morning and I slapped myself twice. And I said, what kind of nut woman changes her schedule so I have to be up and out so early? Well, this nut did, because my year is going to change a little bit this year. I've got another commitment that I have to do by 10 a.m., so it's going to be a little bit different, but we're going to be with you every day, Monday through Thursday, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. We will re-air at 5 p.m. and we will re-air at 11 p.m. So that means for you folks who've been sending me messages, well, I'm not there in the morning, but I love it in the afternoon, or I can like to catch it at night, but could I catch it a little bit earlier? We're going to give you all your wishes. You're going to get 5 o'clock, which is what we've been doing anyway, but you're going to get 11 p.m. So that means you don't have to stay up until 1 a.m. to finish the show. Today is going to be a day of recapping, thanking a very, very special lady who has gone to be with Jesus. Peg McKamey Bean has gone to be with the Lord, but not before she left a whole lot of shouting people and a whole lot of saved people and a whole lot of people thankful for the McKamey family. We're going to honor them today, and we're going to do some of their music. We're going to talk a little bit about her, and I'm going to share something with y'all. This is crazy, but I've been really under the weather for quite a while, and just hacking and coughing and sneezing, but nothing contagious, no temperature, just really feeling weird and just coughing and stuffy. And I thought, I can't stand this anymore. So I did what my mama would have told me to do 3 weeks ago, and I'd have probably already been feeling better. I'd made some of that amazing soup that we grew up on in Morningside in Atlanta. All the grannies in the neighborhood had a pot of this on the stove. And I did it, but I did it the way I switched it up, because what have I told y'all about recipes? A recipe is only a beginning. I began with what Mama and Granny and all the old ladies call Jewish penicillin, and then I changed it and added lemon and capers, and I'm going to show you how to do that shortly, because so many people are like, oh my gosh, it sounds so good, and it is, and it's soothing. And today my throat is a little bit scratchy, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I need some of the good stuff to warm my throat. So we're going to do that in just a few minutes. But 2024, I declare it to be the best year ever for each and every one of us. I declare it to be a better beginning than the beginnings we've seen in the past. We're going to go out of here positive. We're going to go out of here full of hope, and we are going to say, let's make this the very, very best year we can possibly make it. And so many people that we've lost, so many loved ones who are fighting different things, so many loved ones who are struggling, and we are going to have to lift each other. Can we do that? Yeah, we can do that. We have the ability to do it. I was listening to an old program that we did about 8 years ago, and when I listened to the laughter and how, you know, life throws you these stupid things. Life throws you a lemon, and what do? You make lemonade. Today, I'm going to make piccata soup, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So we have to take life, every single dose of it, with a grain of salt. Some of it's good life, some of it's bad life, some of it's crazy life, some of it is like pull your hair out life. You just don't know what to do next. But I can assure you that we can make 2024 the very, very best year ever. A lot of folks in the real estate business have been saying, what's going to happen if the interest rates come down? What's going to happen if they don't come down? What's going to happen? Are we going to have another one of those wild and crazy periods of time? We don't know, but we know that you can get prepared for whatever we're about to face. Let's stay positive, let's stay focused, and let's get to 2024. Now, I got to spend some time with some really sweet kids at the Woodbridge General Store in Jasper. And thank you to Hans Rufert for inviting me, and to we had the best time. And It was kind of weird because all these kids were very nice and polite. There was nobody who got out of line. Nobody was speaking out of turn. Everybody was so good. And I think about 85% of them are homeschool children, and this was a project for them, so they got a grade on it. And they did amazingly well. I taught them to make something that my mama started making about 65 years ago, and it was baby pizzas. But Mama started it with English muffins first for her bread, and I didn't like it, said it was too much bread. And then she switched to bagels, which made it worse because that was more bread. And I said, that doesn't work. So she did that for years and years and years, and I kept complaining about the bread. Well, then one day, about 50 years ago, I changed it. And I got some Hungry Jack biscuits at Ansley Mall in Atlanta, and I split them and broke them up and used half, and that's what you're going to get to see in this segment that we have. And again, this is at the Woodbridge General Store in downtown Jasper. If you have not been to downtown Jasper recently, you need to go. You need to go, and you need to get to know that store. They offer Hans Rufert's Daddy's famous cheese that the Woodbridge Inn sold for years and years and years. You can stop by and pick up a little container of that. You can pick up homemade kraut that Hans makes. You can pick up different things, his spices that they feature, and you can get to know a little bit about downtown. Downtown Jasper is really, really cool. Downtown Jasper is revitalizing all these old buildings, and downtown Jasper is doing just as much to bring folks in as downtown Ball Ground is. All the towns that we are serving now, from Blue Ridge to Ellijay, everybody is doing, they're on top of their game, and they're doing a great job, and folks are coming in and falling in love with these tiny towns. Now, I know y'all are gonna whine because then the tiny towns grow, but with growth comes jobs, comes opportunity. What if your kids could graduate from high school and stay here and work for a great company like Chick-fil-A? What if they didn't have to go away to find a job? Wouldn't that be really, really cool? Because at Chick-fil-A, if you start at the bottom of the barrel, you can go to the top in a very short amount of time. So wouldn't it be great with all the things coming in? Jasper is about to explode, and I know a lot of people are whining about it. I'm still going to be an Ingles shopper because I'm an Ingles girl. But there is a new grocery store coming to Jasper, and it's all, ooh, everybody's all up in there and all excited, and everybody's so great. Well, there's already one of them 9 miles from us, so what's 9 miles? I don't quite get all the stuff with it, but folks are excited. So we're going to take you now to the Woodbridge General Store. This is downtown Jasper. It is the old True Value hardware store, but it doesn't resemble what it looked like when it was a hardware store. So here we go. A very demanding husband in a little time, 9 dogs. Because if you have 5 kids, all the kids have to have a dog, and you have to have a dog, and your husband has to have a dog, and then one of the kids comes in talking to getting another dog. Don't you know that story? Has your mom never lived that? No. Okay, now I'm gonna give each one of you a biscuit. Okay, guys, pay attention. You see this biscuit I just popped? Your job is to tear it in half because we're making a thin crust. And your job is to do this with your own clean hands that you just washed, and you are going to make it as thin as possible. Does that make sense to you? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to start. Kaden, you want to start? Okay, and then I'm going to hand you down one, and you're going to break that biscuit apart just like I did. And it's so, you just start in the middle. Can you do that? Did you see how I did it? what do? You
make dinner.
You make dinner.
And
When
then
Mom
you clean
walks
the
in
kitchen.
and you have baby pizzas
And do the
and a
dishes.
salad and some fruit,
Clean the bathroom.
then Mom's excited. Banana pudding. We had baby pizzas, and if you're going to have a Super Bowl party at your house, this is so simple, so easy. The one thing I do ahead of time is I make Daddy's spaghetti sauce recipe, and I freeze a container of it. So that's the sauce I start with the meat. And then I use just another basic marinara sauce if kids don't like meat in theirs. If you have a vegetarian and they want some olives and they want some spinach, and they want anything except meat, they want the cheese and then the sauce, then I use that. So, but start on these cold days, make a big old pot of spaghetti, double the sauce, freeze half of it to use for your pizza sauce, and then when Super Bowl comes up, you've got plenty of stuff to make a simple recipe. And then get the Pickens Progress this week and get my Tex-Mex casserole recipe, because if you do baby pizzas, Tex-Mex casserole, and a big old salad and a bunch of wings, that's all you have to do. There's your Super Bowl party. It is so simple. It is so easy. You can also make Donovan's dip, and we did that a couple of weeks ago. It's in the Progress. So remember, if you don't live in the area, you can subscribe to the Progress online, and you still get the recipes, and I'll still be doing them weekly. And I'm trying to keep it in tune with what's going on for the season, what's happening. Are you going to do a Valentine's meal, whatever. So try to do something easy. Make it simple, make it Southern, and make it scrumptious, because if you make it hard, it's just not any fun. Now let's talk about something that's super simple that everybody keeps asking me for the recipe. Get you this huge pot and drop you a big old fattening hen down inside that pot. And drop you a clove of garlic and a whole sweet onion. Cut the onion up in quarters. You can quarter your garlic and just throw it down in the liquid. Big pot, big pot. Cook it slowly. Just cook and cook and cook and simmer and simmer and simmer. Don't get impatient with this. Just cook, 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 cook. Well, you let it cook and you let it cook until the chicken just falls off the bone. And then you take all the chicken and the skin out of the broth and you set it aside. And then you go to thickening your broth. And I use plain flour, cold water, and a wire whisk, and I do it in a cup, and then I thicken my broth. And I keep thickening, and I let it cook, and it simmers, and it just slow. And then I add lots of salt and pepper, lots of salt and pepper. Salt and pepper to taste. So you taste it, and you see what you think. Now, the problem is, lately, I haven't been able to taste anything. And so when I'm tasting it, I can't tell if it's got enough salt and pepper in it or not. But I think I finally figured it out because my taste is coming back. But you put salt and pepper, and then you take part of that chicken and you dice up little bitty pieces, and you're going to see that because I have, actually this is made from the leftover turkey from from Christmas. And I took it all off the bone, put it in little Ziploc bags, froze some of it, kept some of it out fresh to use. So this is turkey piccata soup, but it still helps open you up. It makes you feel better. It gives you some energy. It is full of protein, and that's what's so important. It's also full of antioxidants because it has garlic and onion in it. So it's going to help you breathe just a little bit. And right now, everybody, I mean, some of the churches in Pickens County were closed this week because of COVID. I don't know anybody that's got COVID, but I know some folks who do. So take care, stay away from people if you can, but make this recipe. Now remember, big, huge pot, fill it full of water, over your hen, a clove of garlic, a big onion, a sweet onion. Just let it sit and cook and cook and cook. The one good thing about while this is cooking so slow and doing its thing, it also puts moisture in your air, because one of the reasons my throat's so scratchy is there's no moisture in the air right now. So if you have this pot of soup on, it really helps. And right now, this is the soup that I made this weekend. I just fixed me a quart jar to bring to work with me. And this says faith, family, and friends. And faith, family, and friends are pretty important all the time, but we want them to really be important this year. And we want them to really, really be important as the year passes on. Now this is, I'm going to pour my soup in this cup. And this is a beautiful handmade pottery cup. And my soup is already hot because I did it. And then I have to show you, because everybody's like, how do you get that lemon in there? Do you put it in while you're cooking it? No. You get the fresh lemon and you soften it up a little bit, and then you cut the end off. And see how I cut this end off? What I do with this is I lay it in the kitchen, and it's a natural air freshener. So I just lay it on the side of the bar, and it's there. Now you cut lemon slices very, very thin. And these are super, super thin. So, and another one, and super thin. And you just cut them thin. And when you've cut about 3 or 4 of them, then you get down to the good part. This goes in the top of your soup. And you squeeze the juice out of this lemon. You don't stir it. You just squeeze it and you let it do its thing. And then I kind of rub the juice down on the side of the cup. And then I float my lemons. And we're going to show you the pictures. Guys, can you go to the pictures and show them the pictures of the soup? This is how it will look. And if you don't like capers, you're not going to like this soup. But I love capers. I love them, I love them, I love them. And I'm going to take a picture of this soup since we don't have a camera guy out here right now. I'm going to take a picture and we will share it later and you will get to see. But this is truly so simple, so good for you. And you see what size pot I started with? You use a big, huge pot and you use a big fattening hen. And if you have a lot of turkey left over for Thanksgiving or Christmas, then you use your turkey. Do not waste that turkey. Use every single bit of it. Freeze it in little packs. You can make this anytime, all during the winter. Or you can make all the soup now and freeze it in either containers or in the freezer Ziploc bags. You can do that. And it's there ready for you. And honestly, I don't know how I've gotten through the last 2 weeks without this stuff. It really, really does. It's soothing, it's good, it's very, very refreshing, and nobody who has tried it didn't like it. So, you have to like capers. They're a little bit salty, they're a little bit vinegary, is that a word? And they're yummy. So, yum, yum. Yum, yum. Now, I've been thinking about my granny a lot lately. She sewed on a treadle sewing machine. If you were lucky enough to spend some time with your grandkids over the holidays, then you were lucky enough, because those grandkids make our days. And spend some time with them. Get them in the kitchen. Teach them some things. Be patient with them. Don't be like my granny. Don't get impatient with them. Be sweet. But spend time with those grandkids. You know, that is my reason for breathing. I swear, that kid, she is amazing. She is so amazing. And I've been so worried because Riker's been sick for a week. And Xana has had wheezing, a lot of wheezing. And I'm sure it's from everything that's going around. Keep them healthy, keep them safe, keep them loved, and they will bring you more joy in 2024 than anything you could ever imagine. So take care of those babies and they will in turn take care of you, hopefully, when they choose the best nursing home to put you in when we get old. So, oh man, she is something else. Now, yesterday she had 2 scrambled eggs, a Mickey Mouse waffle, and a whole orange for breakfast. That's what the kid ate for breakfast. So she loves fruit, she loves veggies, she's something else. So spend some time with your grandkids, get them in the kitchen and teach them to cook. Now we're gonna go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we have to honor the McKameys. We could not go through this day the week after losing a lady who probably brought more people to know the Lord than anybody out there in the music industry. If you knew the McKameys and you ever went to a concert, you immediately fell in love with them. You fell in love with their kind spirit. You fell in love with their love of the Lord. And you know that the McKameys are the real deal. So sadly or happily for Miss Peg, because she said, yeah, I'm ready to go. She went to be with the Lord and was laid to rest last Friday. So we're going to honor the McKameys when we come back.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time, and delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
The mountains are calling, and they're closer than you think. Farmers Crossing in Ball Ground offers creekside lots with homes beginning in the 400s. Walking distance to downtown shopping, dining, tennis courts, Calvin Farmer Park, and local events. It also includes a beautiful hike to Long Swamp Creek. Leave the car and the worries behind. Move in by fall 2023. Call Cherie Martin at 404-375-0590 or Evelyn Calhoun at 770-733-0779.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality, holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
You know, how you feel on the inside is just as important to me as how you feel on the outside.
Oh, Daddy. I'm grown up, is there in every way, care and take care of you. You're my grown up and I know you're there. I'm your grown up and you know I care. 'Cause it's you and me and me and you. So when you are okay or not okay, I'll take care of you.
Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, propped up, and what the heck?
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
All right. You know what? Have y'all noticed that we're in a little bit different setting? Have y'all noticed that it's a little country around here? Well, let me tell you what country living means. It means you are living the life. You are living where you learn to can. You are living where you learn to garden. You are living where you learn to say howdy neighbor. You are living where when you cook, you share it with your neighbors. You are learning to live the good life. And if you were ever around the McKameys, you were living the good life because they brought us some of the greatest songs in gospel music ever. And Miss Peg was on stage and she was waving that hanky and she was flipping those shoes off and she was having a blast singing about the Lord. She has gone now to sing. I'd say she's leading the Angel Band. I'd say that she's the leader of it. So we're going to share some of the McKamey's music today. They were married for over 60 years, and I cannot imagine how Reuben feels losing his mate of over 60 years. But they truly are the family. It was all about bringing you to the Lord. It wasn't about bringing you to an entertainment. It wasn't about bringing you to a concert that was going to make them rich and famous. It was about bringing you to the Lord. And so we're going to share some of the McKamey songs, and one of them happens to be one that I have shared many times with y'all by Martha Gibson, but it was originally done by the McKameys. So sit back, get your second cup of coffee, or if you're like me, get your second cup of piccata soup. And maybe before the show's over, my throat's going to feel a little bit better and a little bit less scratchy. So here we go. Sit back and enjoy the McKameys.
Do you know how it feels to know something's missing and hear a still small voice that you just keep dismissing? Do you know how it feels to be troubled inside? To think just for you on a cross someone died. Do you know how it feels when he knocks to surrender? Have your sins washed away, never to be remembered, and know that it's real. Tell me, do you know how it feels? Then how does it feel to know you're a child of the King? Your heavenly Father owns everything. How does it feel to know you are loved by the one who created the stars up above? How does it feel to know you're all right when you lay your head on your pillow each night and know that it's real? Ain't it good to know how it feels? Do you know how it feels when your cold heart has melted and tears started flowing the moment you felt it? Do you know how it feels to know you've been changed and it seems that the whole world has been rearranged? Do you know how it feels wherever you roam, you still get a feeling you're not at home, knowing heaven is real? Tell me, do you know how it feels? Then how does it feel to know you're a child of the King? Your heavenly Father owns everything. How does it feel to know you are loved by the one who created the stars up above? How does it feel to know you're all right when you lay your head on your pillow each night and know that it's real? Ain't it good to know how it feels? Ain't it good to know how it feels? Hallelujah! I know how it feels. Hallelujah!
Right now, Peg knows how it feels. Right now, she is in the presence of the Lord. Nobody did more for gospel music than the McKameys. They traveled the road for over 60 years, and when they retired, a lot of people were like, oh no, well, you have the CDs, you have the cassettes, you have all the old music, and you have the amazing memories. We're going to go now to another memory by the McKameys, and I want to remind you, Peg's daughter And her husband and her son are traveling now as McKamey Legacy, and that is pretty cool that they have not let this music die. So they're doing some new stuff. You've seen Eli on stage with his grandparents and his parents forever, and now you see him on stage with his parents. So we're going to go now to some of the McKameys that you will remember. I've chosen songs that I think are going to touch your heart. Here we go.
And I found him to be God in the valley too. Let me try to sing this song for you, God on the Mountain. I trust it'll bless your heart. Life is easy when you're up on the mountain and you've got peace of mind like you've never known. But then things change and you're down in the valley. Don't lose faith, for you're never alone. For the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, He'll make them right. And the God of the good times is still God in the bad times. God of the day is still God in the night. You talk of faith when you're up on the mountain. Oh, but the talk comes so easy when life's at its best. But it's down in the valley of trials and temptation. That's when faith is really put to the test. For the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, He'll make them right. And the God of the good times is still God in the bad times. The God of the day is still God in the night. The God of the day is still God in the night. You talk of faith when you're up on the mountain. Oh, but the talk comes so easy when life's at its best. But it's down in the valley of trials and temptations. You see, that's when faith is really put to the test. For the God on the mountain is still God in the valley. Still God. Is still God in the valley. God of the day is still God in the night. The God of the day is still God in the night.
I bet you y'all are awake now. I bet you Peg McKamey got you up and out of your chair. What an amazing force she was. What an amazing lady she was. She will be remembered the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, thank goodness, had inducted her into that before she passed away, I think 2016, which was amazing because she had given her life to sharing the word of the Lord through song. She met Reuben when she and her sisters were singing at a church many years ago. And they went to one of his family churches and they were singing, and the rest is history. And then before long, they were married, and they were birthing babies that were singing with them. So the McKameys have a huge, long line of people that they've brought to the Lord. And I've never seen a family that was so dedicated to what they did for the Lord. It had nothing to do about show. It had nothing to do with anything except talking about Him and His amazing work. Now we're going to go to the song that the McKameys did very differently than Martha Gibson did it for me. I love both ways, and when I heard the way the McKameys did it, I thought, well, I wonder why she changed it up a little bit, and she did, and I really love the way she did it. So now, for everybody who's called me and said, I want to hear that song that you love, this is it. This is Far Away by the McKameys, but done a little bit differently than Martha Gibson does it.
Here's a land where there'll be no more heartaches. All the pain will be gone over there. And with the Lord I'll be living up on streets of glory, far away from this old troublesome world.
There you go. I hope you have DVR. I hope you recorded that. I hope you have that song. So many people have asked about that song in particular. And of course, the McKameys did an amazing job of it. And that was a long time ago. Now, we haven't shared any music by Mr. Ellijay. And the way the set is now is pretty much because of the new song, Mountain Life, because we've decided we're going to be doing some stuff over here that we're going to keep it country. We're going to keep it old-timey country over here. We're going to have business settings over on the other side where it's going to look a little bit more, is foo-foo a word I can use? I guess it is. Simplistic. That's a good word. And then we have the piano. And so we have this beautiful piano. You got to hear it with Linda Autry. You're going to get to hear it with more people because we've decided we have these amazing sets over here and we really weren't taking advantage of it. So I spent an afternoon with a couple of dudes and we redid things. And so we have that set over there that looks professional. That's like, if you remember when my dear, dear friend David Ralston would always end the year with me, we were always over there. I put that kind of back together like it used to be. And then I decided we need something for the mountain life because we're going to be talking a lot about the mountain life. We're going to be talking about canning. We're going to even give you some canning lessons because so many people have never made kraut. So many people have never made jellies. So many people don't know that you can make your own salsa. So we've just decided, because we're up here in the country and we've been listening to that song, Mountain Life, folks are coming here because they love the way we do things. So let's show them how we do things, and that's what we're going to do. Right now, we're going to show you how Mr. Ellijay does a little bit of music. And I don't know what you're going to get to hear, but I can assure you, it's going to be something I bet you will like. So sit back and here we go.
How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Ellijay. That's with a J.
About 90 miles north of Atlanta, where the Coosawhatee lay, they come out of the hills to pay their telephone bills in a town called Ellijay. When the mayor drove a shiny 62 Corvette, Slim was in a cruiser with a Cobra jet. What you see is exactly what you get if you come to Ellijay. Hey, Ellijay, a mighty fine place to be. Ellijay, good enough for you and me, yeah. Apple blossom, baby possum, muscadine wine, leave all your troubles at the welcome sign. I'm so proud to call a piece of this mine a town called Ellijay.
How you like them apples?
Two rivers run right through the middle of town, and late in the evening when the sun goes down, you can drive through and hear the happy sounds of the folks in Ellijay. Now way back in the summer of '73, the Red Dot parking lot was the place to be. But you could get more than what you bargained for back in those days in Ellijay. Yeah, you could. Ellijay, a mighty fine place to be. Ellijay, good enough for you and me. Yeah. 69 Road Runner, Charger RT, pistol grip 4-speed 383. Boys, that's the way it all used to be, right here in Ellijay. Ellijay, a mighty fine place to be. Ellijay, don't you want to come and see? Yeah. Trout fishing, skinny dipping, party all night. Praise the Lord, honey, I saw the white blossom, baby possum, muscadine wine. I'm so proud to call a piece of his mind. Drop all your troubles at the welcome sign. I'll see you in Ellijay.
Go ahead, Chief.
I feel good. I got my best jeans on. I feel fine. I'll call my baby on the phone. We're going down to Jamie's and watch them shoot a game of 9. Jackie Dunn will be there in his ragtop 59. My grill is clean. I've got an 8-track in the dash of my machine, and I know every single line. Yeah, Susie's got her dress on, hanging high above her knees. And when she smiles for the Nikon, you know it's such a sight to see. Southern city lights, wheels will turn, and the rubber's gonna burn. The glass packs are racking, the power play is screaming loud. We'll cruise the red dot parking lot and see who all is in the crowd. 'Cause I feel good, I got my best jeans on, it's all fine. I'll call my baby on the phone. We're going down to Jamie's and watch them shoot a game of 9. Jackie Dunn will be there, and you better not step out of line.
You know, one of these days we're going to be doing another memory program. We're going to do a memory program to somebody that we don't expect to lose. That's what's happening everywhere we turn. Somebody that is younger than me, is healthier than me, is going to be with the Lord. We don't know what 2024 is going to bring, but we do know that we can start the year out with a positive attitude, a great hope for a really, really good year. And we just have to do that. We have to stay positive, stay focused, and let's make this the best year ever. I was looking back at the people we've lost, and when we think about Danny Hensley, I can remember the last time he walked across the set here, and he had been battling cancer. When I think about my friend Fred Wyndham was such an important force and an important part of my life, and the fact that he was gone. I mean, I was on the phone with him on Monday, and he was gone, I think, by Thursday. It's crazy. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, but we can make the absolute most of today, right now, this day. So we're going to start doing that. We're going to play a song that I don't know why it got in my head like it did, but I mean, I redid the set to match Mountain Life because I just kept thinking we all need to slow it down. And speaking of, this morning on the way to work, I'll just say, somebody that wasn't very smart in a little silver Prius pulled out in front of two cars at two different times. And I'm looking at them in the lane, and they're in a hurry, and they're kind of agitated, and they're changing lanes. And I'm just watching them. And I remember the day that I told my friend David Ralston, I want you to put this huge billboard down up at 108 that says, "Welcome to the mountains, slow down and enjoy." That's the only line that's not in Dwight Sanford's song that should have been in the song. Welcome to the beautiful mountains, slow down and enjoy them. So this car today, I actually watched them, and I know what my speed limit was, and they're in this little silver Prius, and everybody around them, there's a lot of traffic this morning, a lot of traffic. I've decided coming in later like I used to might have been a better strategy for me traffic-wise, because coming up today, y'all are kind of crazy today. But this little car, and I watched them, and I'm thinking, do you not know that we're in the mountains and we can just ease it in, slow it down, and enjoy this moment? So if you're here in the mountains, don't let it get your feathers ruffled. Have a good time. Sit back on the porch and say, what the heck? And just have a good time. So we're going to go now to, Lordy me, am I going to say this? I guess this is my favorite song now of these parts, these places, and these hills that we dearly love. Welcome to the mountain life.
Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, propped up, and what the heck? You'll love how we live here in these mountains. Everything is gonna be alright, and we all wave hello here in these mountains. We sleep well at night. It's alright. The mountain life. Trip to Ellijay and see the bright red Georgia clay, from Notley down to Carter's Lake. All the memories to make, so much here for all to see, a land that is so dear to me. Welcome home to all your dreams, hot rod Fords and mountain streams. it's alright. The mountain light. Y'all come by and see us anytime you can.